Over 40 million households have one thing in common: a cat. But before you join the masses and bring home a kitten, we have some fail-proof tips to help your cat bond with your family and your existing pets. Leslie has more as we continue with our Kitten Care Week. Hi, Leslie.
Thanks, Rhiannon. From issues from kids to dogs, we want to make sure your kitten feels right at home right away. And that's why veterinarian and host of Purina Cat Chow's House Cat House Call, Dr. Katrina Warren, is here with her expert advice. And you say to let kittens have their own space. What do you mean by that?
It's really important to let your kittens come to you on their own terms, because cats like to do things on their own terms, and
yes,
that is the quickest way to make friends with the cat. So when you bring a kitten home, give it its own safe space. By all means, make sure your kitten is okay and interact with it, but make sure it's got its own little retreat.
So it feels safe and secure.
Safe and secure. Don't force introductions. And if you've got other pets, don't force the introductions. Everything has to be done very gradually.
Yeah, if you have a cat, what should you do?
Yeah, so remember, if you're bringing a kitten in, your original cat may not like that, okay? Because cats are quite territorial and they quite like to have the house all to themselves. So separate the kitten, set the kitten up in a separate room with everything that it may need, and then gradually let your cat become aware of that kitten's presence. So smelling outside the door, then remove the kitten from the room and let your cat go in and smell that room, and do it very gradually. And when I say gradually, over a period of 1 to 2 weeks, before you actually let the animals meet each other. And when you do, make sure there's an escape route for both animals, and again, don't force the introductions.
What about if you're introducing them to a dog?
Okay, well that all depends on whether the dog has cat experience. So if you're in a house with a dog that's already lived with cats before, then you're at an advantage. What I always say is make it a really positive experience for the dog. So get out your dog's favourite treats, toys, whatever it is that your dog likes, and whenever that cat comes into the room or is around, reward your dog. Tell him he's a good dog. Keep him on the leash as well is a good tip, so that there can be no incidents. And again, make sure your cat always has somewhere to escape to.
And you mentioned having a 3-year-old. What about interacting them with kids?
Yes, look, it can be difficult because kids, of course, find pets absolutely irresistible, and they're so adorable, and it's hard for younger children to understand that they're not a toy. So that is my main mission with young children, is teaching them that they are a living being and establishing some rules. So they're not allowed to touch the pets without supervision from the parents. And if they are going to touch the pets, make sure that they're sitting on the ground and they're not trying to lift your kitten up. I also recommend having somewhere safe for your kitten to retreat to at all times, and teaching your children that they're not to touch the kitten when they're there.
And is there an age limit?
Look, 6 to 7 is when it starts to change and children start really understanding right from wrong, and you can start to trust them. And then it's quite fun to include them in some of the responsibilities of owning a pet. So maybe getting them to help you at feeding time, helping you with playtime and things like that.
Yeah, but learning responsibilities with the cat, right?
That's a great age. I think that's the perfect age to actually bring a kitten into the life of a child, because they can really appreciate and understand that they're a living being and have fun with them as well.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Warren. This guy wants to get out of here. It's been a pleasure having you all week here on Better. And of course, you can remember that you can talk to experts just like Dr. Warren at any time on kittenchow.com. And it's a great resource for information on caring for your kitten, access to mentors and cat care specialists. So make sure you check it out.